What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090 and this is going to be Operation Bedrock episode 214, the 214th episode of the Operation Bedrock series. A series where my friends and I were going to be mining the entire world until there's nothing but bedrock left except for the floor, of course, because we need something flat to walk on. And there is a lot that I need to talk about, especially when Minecon was last week and I had so much fun at Minecon. And keep in mind, I am sounding a little bit different because I am sick. So if I'm going to be doing a lot of jump cuts, then just be aware that I need to breathe, and as well as that I need to rest up a bit. That kind of sucks whenever you go to a convention, because more than likely you're going to get sick. Especially when I had a lack of sleep throughout the weekend that I was over there to begin with. So that didn't help at all. So first things off is that within Operation Dome, we are done with that. So now we're going to focus all of our attention to Operation Bedrock. So Operation Bedrock, we're going to be mining every single block. And currently we are trying to get rid of the ocean right here. We essentially have the halfway mark done, but now we got to get rid of a lot of this right here, a lot of the water. So we're going to have to do it one block at a time by placing down sand blocks everywhere. And as you can see here, we already got a lot of the ocean pretty much gotten rid of right here. I'm trying to speak English correctly. It's going to be a long video, but hopefully that you all sit back and enjoy and listen through everything I have to say. So you can see that there's some water over here. We had to pretty much barricade our way out of here, make a little bit of a dam right here, and as well as that I'm going to be placing torches along the wall. So this is going to be just like one giant skylight, and especially when I'm just getting rid of the ocean right here, just blocking off the ocean in every direction there is. So here's one of the skylights, and here are the beacons that we have haste 2 and speed 2. And I'm just announcing this for any newcomers who actually stop by on this channel, that previously we have actually mined up the last 3 layers of the entire world, and that took a long time. And especially when I don't do this as a full-time job, YouTube is just a hobby, and I work on this as much as I can as I'm able to. Especially with work and school taking priority, I may not have enough time to actually work on this on a day-by-day basis. But since Operation Dome is pretty much completed, without saying that there still need a little bit of a few patch-ups and cleanups, and then I'll be able to say it's completely 100% done. But with Operation Bedrock, there's going to be a lot more progress going into this world. So look at all these beautiful, beautiful torches. So as I'm running through these torches, I'm going to talk to you guys about what's been going on with Minecon last week. So hopefully I'll be able to remember essentially everything that has happened throughout the weekend at Minecon. So if I mess up on some of the names, if I mess up on some of the details, I do apologize for that, because I have nothing to actually look back on just by mainly my memory, and sometimes that's not even so great. So one thing is that I have a lot of footage to look over, and I'm going to try to do a 3-part vlog series for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so that I could just go ahead and make all those videos and then be happy with that everything was done and said, and I was able to pretty much go through all the predictions that I've actually said on last week's episode. One of the predictions is I was going to meet a lot of my friends, or even all of my friends, and that came true. That without saying a story, that I met up with IBX Toy Cat, I met up with the Last Moose, Death Ninja 458, and as well as Blackie Chan. And also I was able to meet up with Deadlocks and Gizzy Gaza. So that was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get into the details. On Friday, the first day that I registered there, that it was kind of awkward. I'm just glad that I went there to begin with, but it was kind of awkward per se, because as I was walking to get to the registration table, that I saw a familiar person, and he saw me. We kind of stared each other down, because it was just like, we know each other, but we just can't place a finger on this of how do we know this person. So as I was walking, he was walking towards me, I was walking towards him, and then he was the one that breaks the ice saying that, "Nice fox," and I'm like, "Thank you." And then he said, "You're SwordKing090, aren't you?" He was like, "Yeah, and you're IBX Toy Cat." And then there we go. We actually met each other for the very first time, and that was awesome. That was truly, truly awesome. And as well as that, he was with Webbiest Imp, or CN Mats. basically CN Mats or Webbyist. I'm going to call him Webbyist for this video, that he was the quote-unquote line manager of IBX Toy Cat, because every now and then IBX Toy Cat gets stopped by a lot of fans. So that was a thing. That was a thing that happened. And also that across the way that there was Blackie Chan and Brittany. And I came up to Blackie Chan, he came up to me, we talked, and I mentioned the fact that I helped him out a long time ago. He actually remembered that. He was forever grateful for me for that, because one of the times that he needed Xbox Live, I was able to give him a 1-month card, because I actually had one laying around, and I'm like, here, you could have this. I already got a year, and he thanked me for that, and he was able to get a lot of his videos done. So that was awesome. I was able to meet up with both of them. I got my registration table done. Well, thing is that you have to register to get the band, and as well as to get the, what's it called? Lanyard? Is that what they call it? It's just that little thing that says you're an attendee and things like that. I had to get through all of that, and then I was able to meet up with Arizrain, and as well as that, or Arizrain. I keep forgetting to pronounce it correctly. I was able to meet up with Arizrain, and as well as Shooter, or Shooter Red, or Zach. Either way, a lot of nicknames and names go by, but I was able to meet up with both of them, and I want to thank them both personally for encouraging me to get the Minecon ticket to actually attend the event. Without them, I would have not done this, and I would have not had the best weekend of my entire life. I just want to say that for a fact. But Friday night, it was one of the best, because that, you gotta understand, to me, I'm a nobody. And I'm self-aware about that. Compared to everybody else, I was essentially a nobody. But I was able to actually get into the VIP section because I was hanging out with the right members of the crew, so that I was able to get into Auditorium or Hall D, where all the video games were at, where all the displays, where all the other stuff, the shop, and as well as the other panels that were live streaming. I was able to get into that before it was actually official, because they were just still setting up on there. And they told us not to post any pictures until that the next day or that it is over. So I could actually post all the pictures and some of the footage that I actually got right there. And it's so empty just to think about, like, comparing the next day where it's just completely full. That is one of those things that is just utter amazement. It's just one of the little details that pretty much is impressive along the way. But I was able to get through that. I was able to look around. I was able to see a lot of things. We were able to get some photos and things like that. And from there, that we just continue on the way. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. That's going to be a little bit of an obstacle in our way if that were to happen more often than not. But still, let's see what else happened that day. That throughout the end of the day, we were given a tour. I was able to meet up with Tomahawk. I was able to meet some of the other people that were there. I may not remember their names at the top of my head, and I really got to get into more of the Minecraft community, because there were a lot of people that they are well known, and yet I do not even know their names. I didn't even know about Tomahawk until I actually went there. So I don't know if he remembers me, but if by chance he sees this video, then remember, I'm the one with the fox on my shoulder. And that was the thing that I did say I would be carrying a fox on my shoulder, and that was the main staple to my identity, because a lot of people recognized me and remember me because of the fox on the shoulder, and as well as that nobody else in Minecon actually has a stuffed animal on the shoulder. So that stood me out from the crowd, and along the way, I was able to even meet up with 2 fans. Like, they even recognized me, but that was in a different day. This was on Friday. So by the end of the night, there was a party which they dubbed Mixer, that I was able to get in because of Webby is in, because he was able to get in since he knew a lot of the people there, and as well as that he was also to invite one guest, and I was that lucky guest. So there, that I was able to find a lot of people, a lot of the 4J Studios members. I was able to meet up with Jeb even. I got a picture with Jeb, and I asked like the most common question. I had no idea what to do. I'm socially awkward, and I need to work on that. I need to actually put myself more out there. That's one of the things I learned about this convention, that you gotta be yourself, you gotta put yourself more out there, and then you gotta make yourself known one way or another, like the guy who actually did 2 of the memes, the Keemstar meme, and as well as the dedicated wham joke. I also got footage of that, although it's not good footage, but I still got footage of that, because I was not expecting on both occasions for him to be like that, and especially that it caught us all off guard, not once, but twice. So I'm gonna have to look back in the footage. I'm gonna have to do some minor editing because, again, I was not even paying attention. I was not even thinking that I was gonna do that. So it's not gonna be the cleanest or greatest footage, but I was there on both occasions. So at least that's something, right? Maybe that video goes viral. Maybe that's the only way for me to get success, if I actually make a viral video. But still, on the 3rd floor, I met Jeb, I met Patrick O'Leary, one of the Microsoft developers over there, and as well as that, I saw Stampy, but I didn't actually talk to him because he was already busy actually talking to everybody else, and I didn't want to intrude. So that was one thing, and as well as that, again, some of the 4J member studios were up there, and I was able to actually talk to 4J Steve and talk to the rest of them, so it was pretty cool. So throughout the day, that was pretty much what had happened. I was very, very happy for that day as well. So another thing I want to mention, that there was a journalist, I can't remember exactly which studio, but he goes by Wolf, I believe. And he pretty much was actually getting a lot of people to talk to each other. He actually got a person from Spain to talk to me, and we had a conversations and things like that. And being that English was a second language, he actually did a good job. He actually did a great job in speaking, because he wasn't even confident in himself in his second language. But I told him, you're actually doing better than a lot of people that if I were to try to speak Spanish, I would not be able to actually do this, because I only know a little bit of Spanish, but not conversational Spanish, because I was been taking some classes, but that didn't really help. I didn't really do much practice. So yeah, I need to work on that. I really, really do. But still, he did a good job. We had a conversation. That was the end of that. So I had to leave at 10, sadly, and the next day, it was great as well. So on Saturday, more and more panels, and pretty much the first day of the convention. And funny part was that it was a little bit disorganized to the point where it was a little bit bothersome on the very first day. I believe it was the first day, or is it the second day that we messed up? No, first day. First day was fine, actually. Second day, Sunday, was a messed up day. Okay, so Saturday, the opening ceremonies and things like that, we were able to go to the 4J Studios panel and talk to the people right there, especially when that was the dedicated Wham joke, as well as IBX Toy Cat was able to ask his question about llamas. So this is kind of important information and foreshadowing a bit, because that 4J Studios was actually making jokes about the llama update, and then 2 more fans were talking about llamas. So thing was that, spoiler alert, especially when you've already seen the update videos, that llamas are happening, and that wasn't announced till later on the day, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it was later on today that it was actually being announced. But in any case, that llamas were going to be in the actual update, and 4D Studios were actually giving us a sneak peek of the Chinese mythology pack, and as well as with good old the TU update with the banners, the polar biomes, the polar bears, the igloos, the laboratories, beetroot, then with red nether bricks, stone, I don't think it was stone, nether bricks, red nether bricks, bone blocks, and things of the matter of that. We were going to have a good update upcoming. And as well as that, I was able to meet up with Big B Stats and some of the other people as well. So that was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. And as well as we got to meet up with The Last Moose and Death Ninja 458. So that was great. We were all hanging around, especially with Clark Kent and Billy Bear Games. So not really much has happened throughout the day right there. Again, I was able to meet up with Deadlocks. He actually has a photo. I didn't get a photo, so if he actually posts up the photo, then that would be truly appreciated. And at the end of the night, we all went to dinner, and you see the picture of us eating dinner at good old Bubba Grub. I think it's called, yeah, Bubba Grub Shrimp Co. And I pretty much had the all-American platter, or all-across-America platter, that I had the shrimp, the fried shrimp, and as well as the tortilla chips, spinach dip, and also sriracha. I think it was sriracha. It's pretty much the spicy chicken strips. They were good. They were all so good. And of course, Sunday morning was the very last day, and that's where we kind of messed up with the miscommunication that we pretty much accidentally cut in front of everybody. And then we got kicked out. We got kicked out of the line, and we were able to get back into the actual like Hall D, the main expo, one of the main expos, because we actually knew somebody and they were able to get us in. So grateful, truly grateful for that. And we were able to meet up with Nero and as well as River. So that was pretty cool. And mainly that we just hung around and waited for the panels. We were able to get some pictures. We were able to go to the other panels. We were able to see a lot of things that were going down. And as well as that, by the end of the day, there was a closing ceremony, and especially with that guy shouting out the Keemstar meme. So that was a thing. I got some footage of that as well. So hopefully it'll be interesting for people to see from a different perspective, regardless of how terrible the quality is. I will say that for a fact, because again, I was not expecting them to actually say things like that. I had to put down my camera, and then it's like, oh wait, oh no, okay, put up, okay, I got the ending at least. Hopefully this is good. But still, everything has already been shown on live stream where it is best quality, but at least I'll be able to monetize my own video because it's from my perspective, so that could be a thing. But at the end of the day, we all just hung out, we all just had a lot of fun. It was just me, as well as the last Moose, IBX Toy Cat joined in. We also had Webbiest Imp, Blackie Chan, Brittany, Billy Bear Games, and I believe that was it. I think I said Clark Kent, but mainly the 6 or 7 of us were hanging around, and we went to different restaurants. We went to Dave & Buster's, we went to the arcade, and all together we just had a great time. And I want to thank every single one of them. I'm gonna try to remember to put everybody's link in the description below so you can check them out. And a lot of predictions I did say did come true. That I was able to beat a lot of my friends. I was able to have met with some of the 4J studio members, and as well as that I was able to get followed by 3 of them, and 4J Steve pretty much was one of the person I really wanted to talk to, and he followed me back. And as well as that, I'm going to be able to show one of the 4J studio members a little bit of a tour around Operation Dome, that even though my data plan hated it, but I was actually showing them the video. That is loud. This is one of the things I really got to deal with, but I'm leaving that in there. But that was loud. In any case, that I will be able to show them the world tour of Operation Dome, and I cannot wait for that. As well as Operation Bedrock, I also cannot wait for that. But that my data plan hated it, but I was showing them the YouTube videos. I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi for whatever reason. It just wouldn't allow me to, but I showed them the clips from Operation Bedrock, Operation Dome, and I was even able to show them a clip about the weather going through the glass roof. So hopefully they'll bring that up. If I have to show them again, I will show them again, and I'd probably show them in person. So that would be great for them to check out this world and also Operation Dome, and just to hang around and just see what else happens. Honestly. Oh no, I broke my shovel. I didn't realize that. Oops. Okay. That was the thing. I'll get more shovels, so don't worry about that. Invisiblock? There you are. Any more? Any more? No? Okay then. But still, I want to give a shout out, if I could remember all the names and put all the descriptions below, that I want to meet all, like the people who I've met, the people that I became friends with, and overall the great time that I had over there. So in no particular order, there's IBX Toy Cat, Webbiest Imp, Clark Kent, Billy Bear Games, then Blackie Chan, Brittany, The Last Moose, Death Ninja 458, Big B Stats, Tomahawk, Gizzy Gaza, Deadlocks, then there's 4J Steve, Patrick O'Leary, and then I'm trying to remember the names, the other names that I've actually talked to. Whew, let me go check real quick. Let me check. This is why I need to write down a lot of things right now. Oh yeah, I was able to even meet Lucky Plague. I remember now. So there's Lucky Plague. Then we also have David and as well as Michael from 4J. I was able to meet up with Nero as well. And also Green MC. I think that's his Twitter name. So I'm going to go with that for a bit. And who else? If I've forgotten your name, I truly apologize for that. I truly do. So hopefully within the vlogs, I'll be able to remember more detail and be more elaborate with my storytelling. Mainly this is just like a scrambled up, good old replay slash summary, if you could even call it that. But still, I had a great time over at Minecon. I really had, or really have. English here, I need to work on this. But one thing is that if Minecon is going to happen again in the United States, I'll be more than happy to attend that. If it's in a neighboring country, perhaps. If anything else, if it's in the UK, then I'll definitely go. But I just cannot wait for next year, next Minecon. Let's see what's going to happen. And to Mojang and 4J Studios is that since llamas is now a thing, let's go try to make foxes a new thing. I want to see if I can now make a meme of foxes. I just want to have foxes in the game. I've already made a video a long time ago discussing the idea of foxes. Or even a baby ender dragon. Or maybe in the updates, the future updates, we can have obsidian tools and armor. It'll be better than diamond, but a lot more expensive to actually make and to maintain. So that is all. That is all I gotta say. Hopefully I'll be able to get around to actually making the videos of Minecon, because right now my schedule is just all messed up. My sleeping schedule, my school schedule, and my work schedule is all over the place. So I'm going to try to keep up with everything. I'm going to try to actually do a lot more work in Operation Bedrock, more live streams in the future if I have the days off, and if I have free time. I got the hiccups. That is just kind of awkward, but moving on. So that is all. I want to thank every single one of you guys for the support. I want to thank you guys for watching, supporting me, and as well as just having fun with talking to people in the comments or even the live streams. There was one thing I gotta say. I had to remember. I just had it on the top of my head, but then I forgot. Well, now that Operation Dome is completed, that there's still going to be a little bit more back work into it before I officially release it, and as well as that there is a lot more work to do in Operation Bedrock, and I hope you guys stay here for the journey that it will be for all of this to be done. Over 4 years I've been working on this world, and we are picking up the pace that it also took 3 years for Operation Dome to be done. But now let's go ahead and focus all of our attention in Operation Bedrock. I gotta get a lot of sand, I gotta clear out a lot of the areas, and as well as that, we're gonna be making a giant strip mine all the way down to Bedrock on every side of the world. So that is gonna be a journey in itself, but just let's see if this year will be my year. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, then please subscribe. And until then, I am SorKing090. Have a great day, everyone. And then as always, I will see you in the next video.